Hey guys, welcome to another episode of One Unpleasant Podcast. The only podcast you can record like 5 different episodes of something to, and then never release it because something always goes wrong because life is just not good. I'm here with Ken.
Hey.
And I'm here with only Ken.
Hey.
Because Ken is important. And
Hey.
we're also playing Turbo Pug.
But I mean you.
Exactly. I'm playing as this pug with a little rainbow coming out of his butt.
That sounds beautiful.
It is.
Just
It's
like
snowing. There's mountains in the background. Thank you, by the way. So how you been, man? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I can't complain. College is stupid, but that's college for you. It's probably the silliest thing I wasted money on.
Really?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
$10 puzzle games.
I did not spend $10 on puzzle games. I spent like 15. I'm kidding. But
Dog, why?
Why? I mean, I spent like $3 on puzzle games, but that's like normal price.
Okay, that's not $10, but that's still a puzzle game.
Yeah, but I enjoy the puzzle games.
And speaking of games, particularly that you enjoy, let's get on to our first topic.
Yeah. I'll be proud to tell you in my amazing voice that probably sounds like a retard. This year, as most fans miss, the Pokemon 20th anniversary. Only one more year before it's legally old enough to drink. Sorry, Pokemon. Anyway, yeah, the birthday, technically the birthday of Pokemon was in February, and, I wanted to do this because I was waiting since we started the podcast. I'm like, oh boy, I can't wait for the Pokemon 20th anniversary so we can talk about it, and then no one shows up.
Yeah, so we had to do... we gotta address something. We've tried, I want to say 3 times to record a podcast, something like that. And then I've tried to do, let's see, I tried to do a cat lady video, I tried to do, an update video with Turbo Pug, that didn't turn out that well. And then you and me tried to do an update video, and that didn't turn out well. It's that something was always going wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, I am not very proud of the recent videos that have gone up, except the musical powwow. That actually came out great.
Yeah.
But
stuff.
And I don't know, I'm just hoping that once school is over, which will be in about like 2 weeks for me. That,
8 months for me.
Real talk.
Damn. I might take a class over the summer just to get classes out of the way, but that's a maybe, if possibly.
Alright, back to Pokemon. So,
Yeah.
We're going to leave this discussion because you have caught them all.
Yeah. 3 times to be exact.
Nerd.
Your mama.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. Just feel that burn in my soul.
You need a burn heal for that?
I need to go to the burn unit at the hospital.
No. Burn heal for the... Burn heal? Burn.
Pokemon?
Burn heal. Yeah, Pokemon. I'm gonna go jump off that cliff now. Anyway, so let me cut to the chase. I love, without a doubt, Pokemon. It is probably, no, without a doubt, my favorite thing in like the world. Under some things, because I gotta prioritize my life. ice cream. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. But it is Pocket Monsters. It's actually pronounced not Pokemon, not Pokemans, but Pokemon, because of only I would know that. Anyway,
Yeah. Nerd.
this year, this year's Pokemon 20th anniversary, and I thought it would be a good subject to talk about if we had like some other weeaboos here. But anyway, I gotta stop saying anyway. So Kevin, I want you to explain to me, what was your experience when you first saw Pokemon?
First time, okay, so this is back when the Game Boy was just starting to be a thing. Or maybe, yeah, like the color was like this new thing and everybody was like, whoa, it's color. And so, it was that big bulky Game Boy, the gray one, and my brothers would have some of their cartridges laying around, and one of them, I think it was the only one that they had that was in like some kind of color, and it was yellow version. And so I can remember like trying to play the game. This was, keep in mind, this is like, I was maybe 2-3 years old. It was a while ago. And video games, as much as I tried to play them, and I tried a lot, I didn't exactly get the concept. I didn't exactly get very far. But that was my first experience with Pokemans. That and the show. I also had a VHS. It was, unfortunately, it was the one with Goodbye Butterfree on it.
Why? We were Kevin.
It was like the first episode, or the first episode on the VHS tape was actually they were at like some snow ski lodge or something like that. I don't know. That's about the extent of it, of what I can remember from that. And then freaking Goodbye Butterfree had to be the next episode.
Man,
That scarred me, man.
Dog, I totally understand.
Like, I couldn't throw out old toys or anything because I was like, no, he's alive.
Dog, look, Goodbye Butterfree made me never release Pokemon. I kid you not. Whenever I play Pokemon, I'd be like, oh man, I don't have enough room in my boxes. Man, I guess I gotta release. They'll start weeping and sobbing, and mom be like, Kendrick, what's the matter? I gotta release a Pokemon. I don't have enough room. Kendrick, it's okay. Goodbye, Butterfree. Butterfree. Man, it was a nostalgia trip in essence, but yeah, that's the main reason I don't release Pokemon at all, because of Goodbye Butterfree.
Say you had a Magikarp, would you release it?
Heck no. I just don't release Pokemon.
What about a Rattata?
If I caught it, I'm keeping it. But that doesn't stop me from trading. Oh, yeah. Man, this Pokemon's garbage. Let me just... Whoop. Alright, there we go. And thanks to Wonder Trade, you can literally get rid of any Pokemon you ever wanted. You're like, man, I caught 30 Zubats. How am I going to get rid of 30 Zubats without releasing them?
Why would you catch 30 Zubats to begin?
That's besides the point. You were in a cave.
Actually, I think that's entirely the point. Ken, what are you doing in those caves?
I wanted a shiny Pokemon. But crap, I had a thought before. Goodbye Butterfree, never released Pokemon. But I think every Pokemon is special in essence. That's why when people ask me, "Oh, do you have a favorite Pokemon?" I used to say I did have a favorite Pokemon. It was like Empoleon, Swampert, the water starters, because that was my starters. Man, I was like, man, water starters is hype, foe.
Ken has a thing for water.
Yeah, I do. I have a high affinity for water.
It is good. It helps me live.
Yeah, but like, if any circumstance, it's like, hey Kendrick, what's your superpower? Will be water. Wow, Kendrick, you're gonna splash them with bucket.
He's like, have you ever been splashed with a bucket of cold water? No. Well, let me tell you, it's unpleasant.
But yeah. And so as I grew older, I just kind of there are Pokemon that are absolute garbage, but I'd be like, there's something special about you in some way, shape, or form, except if you're Sunkern. Only Sunkern. There's nothing special about Sunkern.
It's like the one child that you have that you just openly despise.
Yeah.
Like,
Ah,
maybe.
man, look at Tommy. Oh, getting straight A's and stuff. But you, Susie, how dare you? You filthy whore. I did nothing wrong. Get out of here. Go to your room. You're grounded for 4 months. I'm already grounded. Make that 8 months. Daddy, why? All right, a year it is. Wait, what?
Just never mind. So, what
Oh,
was your first experience?
my first experience with Pokemon, boy, it way back in Germany. But yeah, I watched the show before I played the game because I think the show came out first here, then the game came. I'm unsure, but I know I watched the show first. And man, I remember myself being 2 years old, able to speak 4 different languages and whatnot, baby, German, English, and whatever. Anyway,
Some made up language.
something C++, Python, JavaScript, yeah, those languages. Anyway, so I was watching it, and I remember watching the first episode when Ash had gotten Pikachu, and it was, oh boy,
It was
I'm
light.
just having a yeah, like I was like, man, I love this.
If
A
only
world where you
like you could
go
find a yellow rat thing to stuff in a ball. That's every kid's dream.
exactly, and I was just like, yes, I want this. And so I watched the anime. My first video game experience, I never played the Game Boy, uh, Game Boy, regular Game Boy and Game Boy Color versions of the game. My first video game was Pokemon Stadium for the N64.
I remember playing that a while ago. I
Yeah,
hadn't played it since.
it is so Pokemon 64. That was the first time I've opened because of Pokemon Stadium. That was the first time I've openly sweared.
Thank you,
I
Emily, for
I
taking
kid
Ken's
you.
innocence.
I kid you not. It was a funny story too. I was playing Pokemon Stadium with my best friend, and he had a Rhydon, and I had Charizard, and I just was. This was after visiting my auntie's house, and she swore around me, but I
Hmm.
didn't know swearing was bad at the time. So I was like, "My Charizard's gonna kick your Rhydon's ass," and my mom was like, "Kid, drink," and I was like, "Huh?" And I walked in there, she popped me in the lips, and she was like, what did you just say? That word? She's like, that's a bad word. I didn't know, but it was still so funny to me because that was just Pokemon Pokemon Stadium, man. It did that to me.
That's
But
such a weird thing that parents do. Now that I think about it, like when a kid says a bad word for the first time, you just
they
get
get
all worked up. It's not like a conversation like, "Hey, that's not something you should say, man." It's more like, "No, don't you ever say this again."
watch your damn mouth.
It's like, "I didn't know."
I think. Well, I don't see all that much of a problem with it. I think it was more like if you psychologically speaking, if you
Give me the
punish them.
psychological speak.
All right, I will. So it's like, hey, kid, don't do this. And you're like, okay. But if you like punch them in the shoulder and say, hey, don't do this, they're like, oh man, I don't want to get punched in the shoulder. I won't do it again. But if you're just like, hey, don't do this, oh, that's all I'm going to get, most kids will think that. Other times they'll just be like, okay, that's a bad word. I won't do it again. And then they'll just learn from that mistake. But black parents, they think if they beat the crap out of you the first time, you won't do it again. Boy, was I hard at it some days. Anyway. But yeah, Pokemon Stadium was my first experience in the video game, and then the first main series was Pokemon Emerald. So for the Game Boy
Take my
Advance.
emeralds.
Oh, I don't have your stuff, man. Just don't hurt me, please. Oh, My apologies. My name is Nipples the Enchilada, and I break through rock hard stone.
I am in the mood for an enchilada right about now. That stuff's
I
good.
am. I got these wingdings right here. I got like 19 of them. I'm gonna eat them all. And then I got these rich chips. Anyway, we're supposed to be talking about Pokemon.
I mean, I don't know how
I
much
was,
further in depth you
I
want
was
to go.
gonna. I had some stuff I wanted to talk about Pokemon related, fam.
All right, shoot.
I will. So Pokemon is the best thing in the world, and if you say otherwise, you're wrong, and your opinion's invalid.
You
But
know, we'll just agree to disagree.
but real talk, Pokemon. I guess if we had more people here, Taylor,
What happened to
who
her?
had more. I think she went to go be a weeaboo somewhere
In a
in weeaboo
cave
heaven,
somewhere.
weeaboo cave heaven. But
When you
yeah,
say
Pokemon.
Weeaboo Cave, you can immediately smell it.
Man, I can just smell a weeaboo from a mile away. It's coming from that weeaboo cave, and you see her poke her head around, just like, yeah.
You normally can't see smell. When you see the cave, you can see the smell.
She's just like, man, it's so dense, I can almost taste the weeaboos. Ew, ew, ew.
What were you saying?
Oh goodness. Anyway,
She didn't
so
deserve that.
she really didn't. She's not bad like other weeaboos I know, but
We'll get to that some other day.
yeah. But Pokemon actually had a really big influence on my life. Like it just helped me get through a lot of stuff that bothered me as a kid, and just watching those shows and how inspiring it taught me friendship. You know, even though I didn't have all that many friends, but
What friends?
you
Stop.
know, I had a few friends here or there, and you know, I can only really say that I was really close to one, but two definitely. But it inspired me to draw and animate and want to do things like of that nature. And I was just like, oh boy, Pokemon. I want to make stuff like that. So, as any Sonic devoted fan would do, they would make fan stuff. Except I was a Pokemon devoted fan, so I made Fakemon and stuff like that all the time. But it definitely inspired to be an artist and a animator, and to make one of video games. And of course, people typically were like, "Oh man, he's gonna grow out of this Pokemon phase." Nope. Not to the day I die. Man, people be on Facebook too. My family, they'd be like sending me pictures of like friends to the end, and it'd be like Ash in the bed, like in the hospital bed, and he's like on his breather, and he's dying, and Pikachu's crying, and they're like, "Hey, Kendrick Wilkins," and they'll tag me in it, and I'm like,
Why would you do this?
"Yeah, Mom, I trust." But yeah. So that's about it. Pokemon inspired me to do all those things and animate. And of course, I when I was a kid, I was just like, ah, yeah, I'm the best at Pokemon. And I thought all that way up to the high school. And then I met somebody who was actually good at it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be good at Pokemon. And so I started playing competitive. And then I got at the point where I was like, oh man, I'm beating him now. And now I'm an unstoppable monstrosity at Swick.
Oh, he gets
Like I
all the
be
ladies because of it. Like,
I wish I dang it. I got an image for you. I wish I sooner, but it was like uh, when your girlfriend sees my Pokemon card collection, and it's like a girl. I sent it anyway, but it's like a girl who's absolutely drenched in water.
somebody just messaged Chad.
Yeah, I know who it was. It was me. I said I just sent it
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
But yeah, and so only
Mr.
one
Studio
person.
Girl.
Yeah, Mr. Studio Girl. Only one person at the Swick has beaten me at Pokemon, but it was only one round, and I was just like, one round wouldn't kill me. So now I'm in my room slamming my fist on the table. It's like, how to beat that strategy?
You got all these newspaper clippings on your wall. You're drawing lines between them. What does it mean?
Yeah. What is it? I have a full-grown beard at this point. Kendrick, you haven't came out of your room in 3 days. Are you playing Pokemon again? Not now, little sister. Not now.
Ken, why do you have a red beard? Shut up.
I have a ginger beard.
It's from all the flaming hot Cheeto dust.
All the
that you just wiped.
It's not an actual beard. It's just flaming hot Cheeto dust formulated into a beard.
Oh, that would be painful.
Yeah. I think my face would just go numb after that.
You can't feel pain because you've gone crazy.
Yeah. My eyes are all bloodshot. Kendrick, your eyes are bloodshot. It's not from the staying awake and all the hot coffee. Hot flaming Cheeto coffee. It's just I keep getting flaming hot Cheeto dust in my eyes.
And
Again.
It's just liquefied flaming
Yeah.
dust. That's it.
Yeah. But typically now I room sweep. Like people be like, "Oh yeah, square up in Pokemon," and Pokemon has also helped me to help others a bit more because, and it helped in a way. It helped me to be social because there's this thing called Pokemon Showdown that you go online and you can competitively battle or just goof around battle. I usually just go around on Anything Goes and fight people with Team of Legendaries with my Team of Love disc called True Love.
It's life.
Yeah, I have a whole Team of Love disc and one shiny Love disc, and its name is Kevin. His name is Kevin.
I was there.
Yeah, it was there.
Attest to this.
It was beautiful. I should do Pokemon Showdown videos. I really should. But anyway.
It would certainly take the pressure off my shoulders.
I have all these videos, and I'm like, man, I should upload them. But then I keep forgetting. So it goes to college. College makes me forget. So, but yeah. And so when I see people playing Pokemon, I'm like, fam, here, let me help you out. And I look at their teams, I'm like, no, bad. And I start like spraying them with water. I'm like, no, you do not give that Pokemon that. And they're like, oh man, chill. It's just a Pokemon. Just Pokemon. And I flip tables and they're just like, yo, I'm sorry, fam. And I'm like, you better be. But no, like
Don't
this one.
Apologize to me.
Apologize to your Pokemon, you filthy casual. But yeah, people will be playing Pokemon Showdown. Like, I made a whole bunch of people play Pokemon Showdown because I started room sweeping. And everybody's like, oh man, now I gotta beat Ken. I'm still unbeatable for the most part, so. But yeah, I'll be like, oh dude, do it this way. And they'll be like, oh,
There are
thanks.
some competitive ass people there. From
Yeah.
What you say.
Dude, it's insane. People get crazy up in there. But yeah.
People get salty.
Oh, hellas. Like, my friend of mine, I'm gonna say it like that, no names, my friend of mine, this person thought he could destroy me. Crap, well now you know it's male. This person thought he could destroy me at Pokemon. And I was like, you wanna go, fam? Let's go. And the first time I fought him, I 6-0'd his team, meaning none of my Pokemon fainted, and all his Pokemon fainted. That's like getting 3-stocked in Smash. That's like getting destroyed in Call of Duty when they got 16 kills, a 16 kill streak on you alone. That is what. Yeah, I had to make.
Soul.
I had to get that reference. It's like playing Dark Souls.
I
And
feel that one. That one actually hurts.
I just had to say it's like playing Dark Souls. Anyway, and then he was like, let me run it back. And I 5-0'd his team. I had to make a sacrifice to make him feel better. Anyway. Yeah, so I helped him get better at Pokemon, and then a few other people helped him better. And there was the one day I started room sweeping, I had 18 people all playing Pokemon Showdown. Because I was room sweeping.
Know what we should do?
What's that?
We should open up a salt company.
And make it from the tears of the filthy casuals that ever stepped up to me?
Yeah. I think we'd give, I can't even remember, like, that one, like, when you think of salt, you think of that one company.
Kosher, I believe. Kosher?
Kosher is a type of meat.
Yeah. I don't know. It was The lady with the yellow umbrella.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that.
it's raining salt in her world.
She's
Boy, all these salty tears from the filthy casuals.
anyway. We should probably start moving on to the next
Yeah, I
topic.
was, I was, I was gonna move on. Yeah, yeah.
Um, what is one thing you just cannot live without besides Pokemon?
Pokemon. Ah, dang it! Smash.
Lotion. Okay, but besides
Those things, those
those
things.
things, think about it.
I'm thinking real hard, fam.
You wake up and your face is all dry and crusty and whatnot, even after the shower. You gotta be like, dude,
Hit me up with some of that lotion.
exactly. And if you well, I guess it's more prevalent in people with like not white skin. When you
Oh.
have ashy weenus,
Mm-hmm.
like even the slightest bit is nasty, and you gotta put some lotion on it. Lifesaver.
Right. Don't
Lifesaver.
for, don't forget it. You know, some days your nose is feeling a little runny, and you just keep rubbing it, and it just starts getting raw. But then you got those lotion scented tissues. You grab a nice handful of those. You don't even rub them on your nose. You just smell them for 15 minutes, and then you clean your nose.
Dude,
Then
this
you
whole
smell them.
episode is a throwback.
Yeah.
Vicks
This.
NyQuil scented tissues, dude.
Yeah.
I would kill for that.
Bruh, I remember in high school.
What's the
So
stuff?
yeah, that was all. That was all kept. You know, at one point in time, that was all in Kevin's conversations. He was just like, "Let me tell you about these lotion scented
Vicks NyQuil
Vicks."
scented tissues.
Yeah, those. And I was just like, Kevin, we need to talk. We need to have an intervention. And he's like, nah, 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 nah. If anyone has an intervention, it should be you and your Pokemon. I'm like, whoa,
That's
whoa.
not even that big of a deal.
I have control. You don't. Kendrick, why are you wearing a Pikachu tee? That's for girls, by the way, with yellow Pikachu shorts, some Pikachu Crocs, and a Pikachu hat with Pikachu face paint on,
I would have
with a
given you the
Mudkip
I would
tail.
have given you the intervention had you only had the Crocs on. Boy.
Boy. Oh God. Anyway, so the Nyquil. I can see why, fam. Lotion in general. Just I understand. I'm black, and you know I gotta have
She's
lotion.
more relevant to show up. I mean, relevant to
Mm.
show up. What is that? Is that even
Hmm.
a word?
What, relevant or prevalent?
I just think my mind just collapsed on itself for a second. No, um, it's more likely to show up
Hmm.
if you're black and have ashy weenus.
Hmm. We had one student in our school. He was black. Boy, was his elbows the ashiest thing I've ever seen.
Ew,
Like
come
it
on,
was so.
man.
It has gotten to the. It was. He's cleaned himself up now, which is
Good.
cool. But it was at the point where lotion, like we gave him lotion, and it didn't work.
Ew.
Yeah.
Had to go see a doctor for that. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can
It
just
was.
imagine he goes into the doctor's office and the doctor pukes everywhere.
Oh God.
Doc, do you
Pukes in
need
his
help?
arm. And, yeah. Projectile vomit.
More throwbacks.
Yeah. Man, this is Throwback Thursday.
By the
Holy
way, we
crap.
should start another series of that. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
you're
of
saying,
course. But today's actually Wednesday. No, it's uploaded on Thursday. And it's Throwback Thursday.
true.
But
It's probably
true.
gonna be uploaded tomorrow.
Sweet. I'm gonna call it Throwback Thursday. Uploads it Friday. Kevin, you made me look like a fool.
Flashback Friday.
Flashback Friday. Okay.
It's on
Just in case.
Saturday.
Wait. Wait, what about Sunday?
Um. Well,
Summer
first of
Sundays.
all, yeah.
Yeah.
There's another throwback.
Yeah.
She was a character.
Yeah.
What? ever happened to her?
Let's look back at our flashback. Woo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I'm a weeaboo. Ha.
And I screw pants.
Yep.
And my pan of a boyfriend won't let me talk to you guys anymore.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that wasn't what made her like.
Wait, she just had the school stuff, man. School stuff, and family stuff, man. But we got an off topic again.
Dude, we got an off topic from the off topic. So
Yeah.
I ask you,
What
what
can
can
I?
you not live without?
Real talk. Real talk. I can't live without drawing. Like I draw every day, some way, shape, or form. I draw every day. Like I'll be drawing in my sleep if I didn't draw that day. I kid you not.
Well, Chris, I gave a borderline joke answer, and you go and give me a real
I said
answer.
real
What
talk.
is
I
it?
said real talk.
Oh,
Okay.
that is true. No
yeah.
hate, please.
Jokingly though, I can't live without my animus.
Nerd.
I
By the way,
I
we gotta, not to get off topic. Well, it's kind of on topic. We gotta do the show,
right.
and
The
you don't have that much time.
uh 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 let's do the animu show here while the I'm kidding.
Let's do the show. Hey, everybody, Ken just hijacked my show.
I sure did.
Let's talk about anime. Taylor.
Let's-
Crickets.
Yeah.
No, it's James. Like
James.
saying cricket noise.
Cricket noise, cricket. But yeah, I can't live without animu. Cause I'd be like, man, I want to watch some animu, and I'd be like, yeah, better watch some animu. If I'm not watching animu, I'm playing a game that's animu-like
Fan service.
and fan service. But ice cream. I can't real talk or not real talk. Animu, I was thinking animu, but it's real talk. It's ice cream.
Dude,
I
pizza.
cannot live. Dude, that too. Just food in general. You know, you really can't live without food, but I really can't live without food.
If you could live without eating food, life would not be worth living.
Truth. Let me tell you how bad I can't live without ice cream or food in general. So today to be exact, was free ice cream day at Swick, fam, and I was just like, you know, yeah, that's cool because Swick does something every week, and I'm at the main campus building, so I'm just like, oh snap, I get to know about it first because I'm just here, and I come and my classes are in the morning, so I'm just like, all right, cool, let's go. And so I got some free ice cream, and I'm just like, man, you know what'd be better than one bowl of free ice cream? Another one, another free bowl or free ice cream. And Dennis is like, yeah, that sounds good too. You know what, Kendrick? And I'm like, yeah, Dennis, switch clothes with me. And so we swapped clothes. Like, we went all out. I was wearing a dress shirt, and I was like, here, take this dress shirt. And I took his jacket. I even took my wristbands off. That says something. That says something a lot. I took my wristbands off. I gave him my glasses.
Give up your identity.
I gave up my identity for some ice cream, man. But so I was just like, all right, here, and we switched clothes, and we walked up there. We couldn't see, by the way, because he had my glasses. I didn't have glasses, so neither of us could see. But boy, we picked our ice cream okay. So we walked up there, and we grabbed our ice cream. We were just like, yeah, cool. I grabbed the spoon first, and grabbed the ice cream. And the people that saw us change clothes looked at us, and we were like, mission accomplished, success. Yeah, we did it. It worked. Came back to the cyber lounge. Everybody was like, you're kidding me, right? Nope, it worked. And we high fived, and we were just like, yeah. Now, Bill, give me your clothes. He's like, wait, what? We're gonna do it again. And then 2 minutes later, like, yeah, they're just giving away ice cream. Anybody can get as many bowls. And I went back up, and I grabbed 4 bowls.
That is like a lot of work for nothing.
Yeah. But it was funny because I actually got another bowl before I decided to change clothes, and I swore I heard someone in the background say, "Didn't you already have ice cream?" I kept walking. I wasn't. It didn't sound. It was directed to me, but I kept walking anyway. I had 10 bowls of ice cream,
Christ.
and at this point, I think I'm lactose intolerant. Like my stomach refuses me. But it was good ice cream. It really was.
So I had an incident today, to be exact.
Oh yeah.
I was in the library helping out a friend because he decided to play
Friends.
Hearthstone instead of whatchamacallit, doing his project that was supposed to be turned in that day.
A lot of people play Hearthstone at Swig too, but go on.
Yeah, and so there's a vending machine in the 24-hour room in the library. And
Mm,
so I'm like, dude, I got $1 on me. I'm gonna go get me some chips. And so head up there, get me some chips. It was kettle cooked barbecue to be specific. And so
Delicious.
yeah, it does sound delicious, and I was genuinely looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
It sold you an empty bag. I'm sorry.
oh, that would have been better than this cock tease. So I place $1 in, no problem, doesn't come back out. Press the buttons, and I see my package coming down. And just as soon as it hits the bottom, I notice something odd. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna get this out? I reach in, thinking that, maybe if I wiggle it loose a little bit, it'll come out. But no, there's this little metal flap in between, like, the plastic flap where you put
Mm-hmm.
your arm in,
Right.
and the hole that the food is supposed to come into. So the chips got stuck on top of the little metal sheet,
Right.
and I messed with it for like 5 minutes because chips.
Right. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And I had to give up. Like, there was no way to get those chips out of there. I was genuinely mad. And so I came back the to the dude, and he's in one of these private rooms. There's these little private study rooms. And on the table, I see this freaking bag of cookies, and I'm like, "Where'd you get that?" He's like, "Oh, I got it from the vending machine, fam." And I'm like, "Oh, you gotta be shitting me." Open it up, there's nothing in there. So, that was my experience for the day.
I got you, fam. I totally understand. You want these rich chips I got, fam? You just want these? I think you deserve these.
What kind of rich chips?
Sour and cream, baby.
You know me so well. Okay, so
But
speaking of things you would do, or crazy things that you would do for things, what are some crazy things you've done to avoid a person?
oh boy, high school.
It's the entirety of
Throwback
high school.
Thursday, flashback Friday. What did you say for Saturday?
It doesn't matter. At that point, screw you, Kevin.
But Kevin, you go first, cause I got plenty.
I see, it's not so much what I do to avoid people, like, it's not comical when I avoid somebody. It's what happens afterwards that's comical. Like, had I not chosen to avoid this person, then this wouldn't be happening. So it's
Right.
instances like, for example, traffic. Traffic gets really bad here. Or specifically, out towards the city. But
Mm.
I'm on my way home.
Making
Traffic
my way
is...
downtown.
Yeah. And the traffic is really bad. It's really slow. It's maybe moving every 5 minutes. And so I decide, hey, there's another road that I could possibly cut into to maybe cut this shorter. And so I cut through the plaza, make my way over there, and finally get my place in the line. And just as soon, like, when I make the turn onto the road, there's another road
Right.
going in another direction. And so I'm thinking, should I go to that one? Because there's already a line on this road. I'm thinking, maybe if I can cut through there, I might be able to go down further and maybe there's less people.
Right.
But there's a point of no return. Meaning, just as soon as you get in a position and all of these cars start popping up behind you, that's the point of no return. You can't back up and just be like, nope, I'm going in here.
Right.
It goes
Yep.
back to that whole voice, the "Will you be my neighbor?" Annoying. I see every car
As that.
as that with that voice, and it just makes me so mad. Like, okay, one of these days I'm gonna put a camera in my car, and it's just going to be. If it were on cable television, it would be bleeped. The
Mm-hmm.
entirety of it would be bleeped. But long story short, this line that I thought was gonna be shorter didn't move at all. It was a nightmare. And then, to make the story even better, when I finally got the chance to make a U-turn,
Mm-hmm.
because the other road there was no freaking traffic whatsoever, when I flipped around, I went back the same way I came.
Yeah.
And so I spent maybe 30 minutes, no, not 30 minutes, yeah, it's safe to say 30 minutes. 30 minutes on another road only to end up back where I
On the
started.
same road.
Exactly. In fact, I think I might have even. Yeah, so when I got back to the same road, I was a few yards back from where I started. So, a lesson about traffic. If it's moving, don't even worry about it. Like, chances are it's worse somewhere else.
Yeah.
Um, let's see. It's just typically bad luck, things like that. You see somebody walking and they're just like, huh, nope, you go another direction and then you end up seeing an entire group of people you didn't want to see. Things like that. I don't really have that many funny stories. You do though, because you make it a big freaking deal out of it.
I do. Cause boy, it's stupid. So, real talk, it's bad because high school was the whole, hey, I'm new to this social thing. Here's what I'm gonna do. So, I had a few friends and stuff like that. And generally, I try to be a nice person, because it's just a better way to live life. Except people on the road, Kevin, I completely understand. I'll be driving and somebody won't be. It'll be some two people in front of me, and one person will be completely on their butt, and I'm like, dog, get off them, drive somewhere else, go away. I'm mad for this person.
Feel that.
But yeah, but so I try to be nice, and I end up being nice to people that are just not favorable to be around. And I don't want to be mean. I don't want to look like that guy. Now in life, I just know, sometimes you just got to be like, no, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to be, cool with someone that's kind of just not cool to be around. Anyway, so there was this one student in high school, and for when I first met him, I was like, oh, he seems pretty cool because at the time he was really chill. And then next time we met him, it got creepy. I had to spend an entire lunch period with this person by myself. I hated it. I even skipped I skipped advisory to go sit in the other lunch period. I went to the library instead. I refused to eat and go read books with other students I didn't like than sit at a table with this person. So, yeah. And then when I would see him in the hallway, I would. Me, Kevin, and James would be walking, having our own conversation. I would see him 4 hallways down, and I would dip. Because I know he has spectral vision like me, and if I didn't see him first, he would see me. So I had to, walk 8 loops around the school and meet back up with these guys and be like, is he gone? And he'd be like, yeah, he's gone. I'm like, phew, close call, guys.
There wouldn't even be a warning. I remember one time it was just me and him, and all of a sudden he just bolted backwards. Like, no word of anything. There was no twitch. It's just boom. And then I met him 10 minutes later. He's like, is he gone? Yes, Ken, he's gone.
Sweet.
He shows up again. He's like, hey guys. And then Ken is like, hey, with his gritted teeth.
Hey, the thing Tim does where he looks at he looks at either Kevin, or James, or Dylan, or whoever, and he makes like an angry face, and then the moment he turns to the other person he didn't want to talk to, he's like all genuinely smiling. Just, oh my god, hey! It kills me every time.
We're talking about Assassin's Creed. This is about the time
Yeah,
Black
I
Flag
was
came
just
out.
gonna bring that story up too, but go ahead since you brought it up.
I can't remember if he brought it up or we did. I'm pretty sure we were talking about it, and he
We're
just butted in.
initially talking about it, and he also did this thing that I really did not like. That was the main pet peeve. When I'm walking in the hallway doing my own thing, jamming to some tunage, even though I shouldn't be doing it in high school, but I don't know why they cared. Anyway, I'd be jamming to my tunage, and he wouldn't be like, hey Ken from down the hallway, and I would turn and be like, hey buddy, how's it going? No, he would come up behind you, put his hand on his shoulder, do a creepy smile, and be like, hey friend. No, no, he did that to me and my girlfriend at the time. He literally came in between us and was like, hey, what you guys talking about? Is this your girlfriend? No, I just hold hands with random chicks. Anyway, go on, Kevin.
He was doing you a favor.
Yes, in a way, in essence, yeah. At the time, it would have been a favor, but we're not talking about that.
Okay, so whatever, I don't know who brought it up, but we were talking about the new Assassin's Creed, which was Black Flag. And so I say something like, along the lines of, I don't really, I'm not looking forward to this game. And then Ken's like, really, why not? And so I say something along the lines of, you know,
I just don't like the fact that the main character's hair is blonde or something like that.
yeah, that is almost exactly what I say. And so this freaking kid, he had the nerve, the nuts to just be like, I'm leaving because of that kid.
Because that guy's racist. And that's exactly what he said. And I was like, and he was blonde in fact.
Yeah, that's if
Blonde
you could
is,
tell from his receding hairline. Oh, it
yeah,
was bad. I felt so bad for him.
he had a bald spot right in the middle of his head, and he was like 16.
Oh, that's terrible. As I comb my locks of hair.
Yeah.
Anyway,
And
that's the story about that kid.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Next topic we go, because we can go on and on about this.
no, most certainly. I'll let you
Yeah.
decide. Do you want to do the serious topic, or do you just want to go straight into Would You Rather? Because we got like about 10 minutes.
I say we save the serious topic for some other time because,
It's
I
just
think
becoming
it.
less relevant now. Like, the
Yeah.
problem's being fixed as we speak. It was going to be about fair use, and the fact that companies are essentially screwing over people's rights and, issuing takedowns for videos that are in the right. Like, there's no copyright infringement, nothing of the sort. If I could just get on the soapbox real quick, and then we won't even have to worry about it again.
Right.
So I was writing a paper on it, and one thing I found out is that if you get one copyright strike and a claim are two different things. If you get a strike, which is the more serious one, you get the ability to appeal copyright claims taken away from you. And so when you think about this, when you think about people that make their living on YouTube, thankfully we're not in that position when it comes to this kind of stuff, because we've gotten copyright claims, not strikes, but claims. It's a big deal when this revenue is something you depend on to pay your taxes, to pay rent, things of that nature. And I guess if you're not really into YouTube, that doesn't seem like a big deal because you're not invested in it. But for one thing, there's a lot of people that tune to this thing for an escape. I know you watch Chugga Conroy, for example.
My favorite.
I watch Funhouse every day. That's part of my daily routine. If that wasn't there, I I don't know what I do, honestly. Like, it's the fact that I can watch somebody else be funny and make me forget about my problems for 20 minutes or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's nothing to belittle. There's that. But again, like, if you're not into YouTube, then you're not going to see the big deal. Now, to them, I say, if freedom of speech is freedom of speech, freedom of expression, pretty much the same thing. If that is a value you hold dear to your heart, this should frighten you. There has been instances where directors are purposely issuing takedowns of negative reviews. There's one instance where a baby is dancing to a song by Prince, God rest his soul,
Mm-hmm.
and the music, you can't even hear it. Like, there is so much background noise. You can maybe hear it for 5 seconds, and it's a 40-second video. They issued a takedown, and they went to court, and the court ruled in a kind of win for the channel. It was the only ruling was that companies now had to think about fair use before they issue takedowns, which just doesn't seem to be the case, because now people are having their entire channels taken down, people are having their monetization taken away from them, and it's just a big disaster. Like, this whole content ID system is broken, and it needs to be fixed. That being said, YouTube is a shared space. We don't want to see big companies, like, excluded from it, because that would be hypocritical. We want a fair space, is all that YouTubers are asking for.
Exactly.
And hopefully that's getting fixed as we speak, because I know YouTube has addressed the problem. They've met with certain YouTubers to talk about it. So, well, we'll see about it. We'll see about it. Now we can go into Would You Rather.
All right. Excellent. Perfect. All right. Would you rather? We're going to start on a small note. Marry at age 10 or never marry at all?
Marry at age 10.
Yeah. And 53% says marry at age 10. 47% says otherwise.
I can understand, because
Yeah,
at age 10 you
don't even know what merit is. You think it's a food.
Can I eat it?
Can I eat it?
Can I
All right.
stuff
Would
it
you
in my
rather?
nose?
Oh God. Would you rather sleep in your parents' bed every night or weep every time someone tells you a joke in front of you?
Weep.
Weep.
I'm not gonna do that. I can't stand being around them for like too
Oh my
long.
goodness.
Let alone sleep.
50% say sleep in their parents' bed every night.
You people are morons.
I love how we insult the people that disagree with us.
Because it's true.
It's true. All right, next one is have uncontrollable ear hair or have uncontrollable nose hair.
I'm gonna say ear hair because you can't even see my ears.
Lucky you.
Yeah. I haven't seen my ears in years.
I don't even know if they're there anymore. But I'm just gonna go. You said ear hair, so I'm just gonna 65% say. I bet 63 of that 65% is white or have long hair, and I bet you all 35% are black. Anyway, yeah, 65% have ear hair. All right. Would you rather eat a container of butter or drink a bottle of maple syrup? Bottle of maple syrup.
I would rather drink a bottle of maple syrup, but well, they both suck, but I feel like you would get more nipples with maple syrup. Because that's pure sugar. But then again, butter is just pure fat.
And sugar can be converted into energy. Fat is only stored energy.
Oh, okay.
Drink a bottle of...
They said bottle. They didn't
Yeah.
specify what size bottle, so it could be like one of those small Cracker Barrel bottles.
Yeah.
Cracker Barrel bottles. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah. 78% say drink a bottle of maple syrup.
The other half is just stupid.
And speaking of acne, have your face covered in severe acne or be extremely fat? Wow. Oh, if you were in high school, would you rather have face covered in severe acne or be extremely fat? Man, I'm gonna go with be extremely fat
Yeah,
because,
because pimples are nasty.
yeah, I can still look good and be fat. Take a look at Bob, for example, from Tekken. Wow, 31% say be extremely fat, 69% say have face covered in severe acne, and that's why they'll never do a 69 in high school.
Shh. You give the other guy pink eye.
Ew. All right. Oh man, I hate this question. If you were a soldier, would you rather kill one innocent person to save 1,000 lives, or kill 100 enemy soldiers to save one innocent life?
Um.
Ah.
Wait, hold on. One innocent life to save a
To
thousand.
kill one innocent person to save 1,000 people, or kill 100 enemy soldiers to save one innocent person. I would say that one, but I don't want to kill anyone.
Okay. If it was 1,000, if I knew the person, like if I was close to them, yeah, sure, okay, 1,000 people. I'll go with that.
So you rather kill me to save 1,000 people? Is that what you're saying?
When you say innocent, that means they have done something to warrant it. For all that you know, you could be the innocent person, Ken. I would kill 1,000 guilty people for you, Ken.
Oh, okay. Thank goodness.
I would do it.
Oh, that makes me feel good. I wouldn't.
I'm going to heaven. Screw you, Ken.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
I don't care.
I don't care, but hear me out. More throwbacks. Anyway, so I don't like either of these options, but I'm gonna pick. So 52% say kill one innocent person to save 1,000 lives, which is understandable. This is understandable question. All right. Would you rather know everything in your partner's past or know nothing from your partner's past?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Jeez, I don't even want to know.
Yeah. Whoa. 75% says know everything from your partner's past. 25 says, well, they could have AIDS.
True.
True. But 25% know nothing from your partner's past. I think I just want to learn them now.
Like
They are now.
it's very situational.
Yeah. If they got AIDS, super AIDS, let me know
Yo.
everything. Uh, uh, oh, 1 sec. Yes. Oh, sure. All right. Be one of King Arthur's Knight at the Round Table, or be one of Robin Hood's Merry Men.
I feel like the
Um,
Knights of the Wait, what happened to the Knights of the Round Table?
they all got messed up.
Okay, no, let's not do
No,
that. Let's be merry
actually,
men.
not all of them. Not all of them got messed up. How did that story go? I'm trying to remember. It's a Brit. Anyway, let's be merry men. I want to be swords are cool, but merry men sound cooler.
Get
And
to
55%
bows and
of
arrows and stuff,
yeah, and still get swords.
and tights.
And we sing.
Shh, that sounds like the life for me.
Yeah, I'm down to clown for that.
If I could do that instead of college, I would.
Steal from the rich and give from the But 55% disagree with us.
Those
We
55% were dropped on their heads as kids, and
I,
their mother never loved them.
I believe it. All right, next one. Be a mall cop or be a prison guard.
Mall cop.
Mall
Oh my
cop.
god, mall cop. Dude, the things prison guards go through is not even funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's a little funny, but it's only because I
Yeah,
don't have to
sure,
do it.
sure. They're funny because I mean, like the Milgram, or was it you know what? It's irrelevant. I was gonna make some joke that you have to. It's irrelevant. All right. Next question. Have an uncontrollable itch that attacks at sporadic times, or have chapped lips. Uncontrollable itch. It just
Is it
like
always have chapped lips, or is it...
always,
No.
always.
No. No. How long does the itch even last?
It's just like you're sitting there doing your homework and then you get an uncontrollable itch on your bum and you just got to scratch it and then you be like, all right,
Don't
cool.
people get that anyways?
Yeah, they do. Well, you
Okay.
can control it most times.
True.
No, unless you're like a little kid.
Or
Little
is it
people just.
you're stuck with that euphoria of...
Oh God, no! If that was the case, that would be horrible.
I said
Just have it.
euphoria. Like
Oh
when you finally get to scratch it, like mid-scratch, it feels so good.
yeah,
Like if you get to experience that the entire time the itch is there, then yes, I would choose the itch.
but it's just an uncontrollable itch that attacks at sporadic times. Nothing else.
Yeah,
Or
it's just
always have chapped lips.
no, I could not do chap lips.
Man, this is a stupid question. Discovered a Loch Ness monster or discovered Sasquatch?
I feel like Loch Ness would be cooler.
Yeah, but anyway. Oh, ew,
We've
ew.
okay, we're
Wait,
just
last question.
last one.
All right. Eat a worm straight out of the ground or snatch a fly out of the air and eat it alive?
Thank you guys for joining me on this episode of One Unpleasant Podcast. Um, I said guys, but really it's only been Kent. So thank you, Kent, for joining me
Yeah.
on this little adventure. We should do it more often.
Man, we don't even need the rest of the team. It's just us two from now on.
Hate to break it to you guys, we're cutting you loose. But like and sub, do the things. I haven't put a plug in a while. I stopped because I just felt it was stupid. But
Yeah.
anyway, good night.
Good
And we'll see you
night.
in the next video of whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.